what does awakening mean? There are so many people talking about awakening, people who have awakened, people who haven't awakened, and I'm pretty sure that many of us who think that we have awakened have still got a long way to go. So I had a spiritual awakening 3 years ago at the age of 53, and my whole world blew apart. Everything just combusted, and I basically needed to rediscover who I really was. So that's what awakening is. Awakening is awakening to who you really are. Awakening to the fact that everything you seek outside of you is actually inside of you. We've been brought up in a society which has conditioned us to believe that we need people outside of ourselves, that we need systems outside of ourselves, we need products outside of ourselves, because that's how the wealthy become wealthier, is by getting us to feel that we need them. The fact is that we don't. We do not need anything outside of ourselves, and all the abundance in the world that we are seeking is actually within us and within our own grasp. But only when we really, really embody that, and only when we really, really understand that. So when I first had my awakening experience a few years ago, and I realized that everything that I was striving for and everything I wanted, I already had, it turned my whole life around, because it meant that all the activities, the frantic, intense activities that I was doing as an entrepreneur really did not have to happen in the way that I thought they needed to. The things I thought I had to do, I didn't have to do. That sales funnel that I was running for years, and yes, it was delivering an amazing service to the world, and yes, it was heartfelt, and the value add was incredible, but it was keeping me stressed, keeping me stuck, and keeping me believing that really the only time that I was really going to have financial freedom was at some far away point in the future when I didn't have to work anymore, and when I could just have this financial freedom to do whatever I wanted to do. But the fact is that whatever you actually want, you can have right now, because you've already got it. Because at the end of the day, what is it that we want? We want to be happy. Can we choose to be happy right now? Absolutely. And I hear you say, well, that's all right for you to say, but I can't be happy because I can't pay my bills, or I don't have a home to live in, or whatever. Whatever the story is that you're saying, it is a story. Because right now, if you're listening to this, it means that you're okay, that you're fine. And you need to know that you are fine, and that you don't need somebody outside of yourself to tell you that you're fine. We're always trying to perpetually strive to prove ourselves in some way to people, that we are worthy because we wear these clothes. We are worthy because we have these cars. We are worthy because we have these homes. We are worthy because we're a fantastic mother and we're sending our children to the best schools. We're always playing out these stories that we've been taught from a very, very young age in terms of what's important and what isn't. And at the end of the day, all of the things that we think are so important, they're really not. What really matters is how much you love deeply, not just to the people that are easy to love, but to the people that are not so easy to love. And so I'm writing a book, and it's just about finished. I'm looking for publishers, and it's about the path, just following the awakening process. So once we have awakened to the fact that everything we believe to be true is not true, that the only truth exists within ourselves and our own knowingness, and it's not a concept that we can have in our mind or in our head. It's an embodiment that speaks to our soul. And so once we know this, and how do we embody it? How do we live it? Because it's not as if when I had my spiritual awakening on day one and then day two, it was like, oh, now I'm awakened, now I know the truth. It doesn't work like that. It's a big transition process of years of now discarding the layers that are no longer me and connecting to who I really am. And that process is an ongoing process. I'm not there yet. But what I can do here on this particular channel is share the journey and share the lessons along the way. So if this video resonated with you, what I would love from you is to write, what is it that you want to know more of? Because I really love speaking. This is what I do. And I want to speak to what you are interested in, because ultimately the Great Awakening is not about me awakening and, oh, now I'm awakened. It's like, well, what do I do with this information? How do I now start to shine my light so that you can see it and you can see your own light? And then you can shine your light for other people that are there to see your light. And so that it just spreads across the globe, because we're all speaking to different people, because we're all very different in our energy. And so we attract different people. So there needs to be millions of teachers, millions and millions of us. So there's never enough of people saying their truth and speaking up about what really matters in life. And so please put in the comments below, what is it that you want to know? Because I want to share what I've learned so far on the journey with you. Sending you so much love.